Okay, so today we're diving deep into Tesla.
Right.
We're really going to try to go beyond just like the headlines.
Yeah.
We want to understand what makes this company tick,
Absolutely.
what makes them so interesting.
Yeah.
And we've got some really cool insights from a car enthusiast show called V8 that we're going to use to kind of guide our deep dive.
Looking forward to it.
So we can really figure out what makes Tesla, such a fascinating company.
Right.
An automotive disruptor, they call them.
Yeah, for sure.
So in V8, they use this phrase that I really liked.
Okay.
They called Tesla technology on wheels.
Right.
And I thought, that's a pretty good way to start thinking about it.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the most techie thing about a Tesla?
Oh man, that's a good question. I think it's really the whole package. The way they've woven together the software and the AI and like the electric powertrain,
Yeah.
like their autopilot system is a prime example,
Yeah.
using AI and sensors to assist with driving. So,
Like, how does that even work?
yeah. Well, it's really complicated, but basically they've got all these sensors around the car and they're constantly feeding information to the car's computer. And the computer is using that information to make decisions about like steering and braking and accelerating.
Wow.
And the thing is, they're always updating Autopilot, with over-the-air software updates, adding new features, refining existing ones.
It's just like,
That's not just the hard
it's like
way.
your car is getting smarter over time.
Exactly. It's the software, too.
That's so cool. And it's not just the tech.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Right.
V8 mentioned that, like, the Model S Plaid can go 0 to 60 in just 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's insane.
Which is just nuts.
Yeah, that's supercar territory.
I know.
Which is a big statement because, it's shattering that stereotype that electric vehicles are like sluggish or limited in range,
Totally.
It can be a high-performance machine.
Yeah, okay, so they're fast, they're techy.
Yeah.
But what makes them truly different? V8 highlighted 3 key things.
Okay.
The electric powertrain, that super minimalist interior. And then the over-the-air updates that we already touched on.
Okay.
So let's start with the powertrain.
Right.
Is it really just about ditching the gas tank, or is there more to it?
It's definitely more than that.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, you're free from the gas stations and the emissions and stuff, and you're getting a range of over 400 miles on a single charge, which is amazing.
That's a lot.
But I think what really sets Tesla apart is like the vertical integration of their technology.
What does that mean?
So they design and manufacture their own batteries and motors and software.
Oh, wow.
Which gives them like a lot more control over the whole ecosystem.
So they're not just like, assembling parts from other places.
Right. It's different from a lot of other electric car manufacturers who like source their components from different suppliers.
They're making the whole system themselves.
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's really impressive. Okay, so now let's talk about the interior of a Tesla.
Okay.
It's like stepping into a spaceship.
It's very futuristic.
It is so minimalist.
Yeah.
Like everything is on that touchscreen.
Right.
So how do you think that impacts the driving experience?
I think it's a little polarizing.
Okay.
Some people love it.
Yeah.
Some people hate it.
Yeah.
They love the clean look and the intuitive nature of the touchscreen.
Yeah.
Everything's controlled through that central display, climate control, navigation, entertainment.
Right.
It's very different from a traditional car with all the buttons and knobs everywhere.
Yeah, I can definitely see the appeal of that.
Yeah.
But are there like any drawbacks to that?
I mean, yeah, some people find the lack of physical buttons distracting.
Okay.
Especially for like common functions.
Yeah.
Like you want to adjust the temperature or the volume.
Right.
It can be a little annoying to have to go through the touchscreen for that.
You know what's interesting though is that
What's that?
I read that like Tesla actually added the ability to control the glove box through voice commands. Yeah, because customers requested it.
Wow.
And they put it in an update. So it's like
That's pretty cool.
they're listening to feedback and they are making changes.
Yeah, they are constantly tweaking the experience.
Yeah.
That adaptability is really key.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to experiment.
Right. And speaking of pushing boundaries,
Yes.
Tesla's got some new projects coming out
They do.
that are really turning heads.
Yeah.
The Cybertruck, for instance.
Oh, yeah.
It's like nothing else on the market.
It's a statement.
Yes.
It's radical. It's angular. The design is meant to be disruptive.
Right.
It's made out of that ultra-hard stainless steel.
Oh, yeah. I've seen videos of that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it's got some impressive specs.
Like what kind of specs are we talking about?
Oh, they're saying the towing capacity could be over 14,000 pounds.
That's a lot.
So it seems like they're trying to capture a segment of the truck market that really values durability
Okay.
and utility and a kind of futuristic aesthetic.
So it's not just a gimmick.
No, it seems like they're really trying to make a functional truck.
And of course, we can't forget about the Roadster.
Oh, yeah, the new Roadster.
They're saying it's going to be the fastest electric car ever made.
Which is a bold claim.
Yeah, it is.
But it speaks to their commitment to pushing the limits of performance.
Right. It's like they want to show that electric vehicles can be fun and exciting.
Exactly.
They're not just practical.
Yeah, they want to showcase the power and excitement of EVs.
The Roadster is like the cherry on top of the Tesla sundae.
Yeah, a technological flagship.
But there's one more scoop I think we need to talk about.
Okay, what's that?
Full self-driving.
Yes.
FSD. You know, in V8, they were even talking about sleeping while your car takes you home.
Yeah.
But, like, what's the reality there?
So full self-driving is still a work in progress.
Okay.
I mean, Tesla's made a lot of progress in autonomous technology.
Yeah.
But true self-driving, where you can just let go and let the car handle everything, is still a ways off.
Right.
It's really complex.
I can imagine.
And there's a lot of hurdles, both technological and regulatory.
Yeah, I bet.
And, it's important to note that, like, the current versions of Autopilot
Uh-huh.
still require driver attention. They're
Oh.
considered driver assistance systems,
Yeah.
not fully autonomous systems.
So we should probably hold off on those car naps for now.
Probably a good idea, yeah.
It seems like Tesla's all about pushing boundaries,
Yeah.
sometimes even before the technology is ready.
Yeah, they like to move fast and break things, as they say, in Silicon Valley.
Do you think that's like a risky strategy?
It can be.
Yeah.
It's bold.
Yeah.
I mean, their strategy has always been to iterate quickly,
Mm-hmm.
release features early,
Right.
and then refine them based on real-world feedback.
Right.
It's a very Silicon Valley mindset
Yeah.
applied to the auto industry.
So it's disruptive, but it comes with risks.
Exactly.
So to wrap it all up,
Okay.
it's clear that Tesla is more than just an electric car company. They're a tech company, they're a performance brand, they're a design innovator.
Mm-hmm.
It's all rolled into one.
Yeah,
And they're really pushing the boundaries of what's possible,
absolutely.
for better or for worse.
That's a good point.
Which brings us to a question for you, our listener.
Okay.
Beyond electric cars,
Yeah.
how else do you think Tesla's approach might influence the automotive industry?
Right.
Or even beyond that? Like,
Yeah.
what other industries could benefit from this type of rapid innovation and disruption?
That's a great question to think about
It is.
because they're really making their mark on the world.
They are,
It'll be interesting to see what happens in the next few years.
for sure.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, thanks for joining me.